The Tyla hate train is crazy. I don't understand this, but I think it might be a good thing for Tyla.
People are gonna see me everywhere. So if you don't like me, I'm sorry.
So about 2 days ago, Tyla won a VMA. And she made a speech that I thought would get her in big trouble.
Because I know there's a tendency to group all African artists under Afrobeat. African music is so diverse. It's more than just Afrobeat. I come from South Africa. I represent Amapiano.
She won the award for Afrobeats and mentioned that she's an Amapiano artist. So I was thinking it would be a Nigerian South African thing again. But if you go online, the conversation is completely different. People are dragging her for a completely different reason. And I was kind of surprised.
You guys know me and holding awards. I'm not strong enough. Please. Are you able to offer me? Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Wait, she's getting hate because she tried to pass the award to...
Love you, babe. Love you, babe. Love you, babe.
Y'all make everything weird, ... I was not asking my girl Harley, ... We just girls. STFU, I won a VMA.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
It's too heavy and Lil Nas X has more experience with holding metal, long things like that. So it would make sense for him to carry it. And of course, he's a man and he's stronger. But this sparked so many hateful comments from the African American community on the internet. We have to be clear about that. This is all happening on the internet. And I want to say it's not real because it's on the internet, but I think we are reaching a point where the internet and real life are starting to become one. So it's really hard to tell. But for now, most hate trains still exist only on the internet. She's still big, her shows are packed, I'm sure. But the question is why? Why is the hate coming from that side a lot more? Because it's not the first time. It looks like it began from the time she mentioned that she was colored when she went to America. And the word colored means a completely different thing in Africa than it means in South Africa. And then the Breakfast Club interview.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean? Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too.
But in this case, there clearly isn't a reason for the hate. As I said, the biggest reason why she would be getting dragged would be the Afrobeat Amapiano thing, and that would be an African thing. And now because of the award thing, they are dragging her for being entitled and the term uppity African. Hey, I don't like Tyla's personality. I think someone needs to check her because she doesn't understand American culture at all. She almost gives off entitled or uppity African. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very off-putting and it's almost like she expects people to just fall at her feet. With a face and body like that, a voice like that, all the money and all the fame, I would be shocked if she didn't expect people to fall at her feet. And there are many other comments like this. Some saying she's not likable. They say they don't like her personality, all kinds of things. And the question now is, why is Tyla's behavior a problem? Why is her confidence? Because she's not being a bitch in any way. She hasn't done any bitchy thing so far. She's just being a pop star. But why is that a problem? Why is it a problem when she does it? Well, my goat, J. Cole, made a song a while ago called High for Hours.
American hypocrisy, oh let me count the ways. They came here seeking freedom, then they end up owning slaves.
And the third verse of that song explains this thing too well. In that verse, J. Cole questions the intentions of Black revolution.
Here's a thought for my revolutionary heart. Take a deeper look at history, it's there to pick apart.
And he said to the African American community, how do we know we are not going to become like the oppressors when we finally get to the top?
Abuse becomes the abuser, and that's just how life goes. So understand, you get the power, but you know what power does to man.
And I don't think J. Cole was thinking about Africans when he made this song, but this explains it too well. This is why I love J. Cole so much. He's a prophet. The reason Tyla is being called an entitled uppity African is because they think low of Africans and feel extremely threatened when Africans don't carry themselves that way. I don't agree with the last sentence. I don't agree with it. Now, I've always said this: Black America is the cultural center of the world. They control the stuff. They control their music, their fashion, they control all of that stuff. So it makes sense to go and sell your music over there by getting money from white America. But if you read the comments, there seems to be this need for Tyla and a lot of African artists, honestly, to be like humbled. Like they need to know their place. I saw a comment where the person said something about how she has to act accordingly. And it, like, the language is so white. I don't know how else to describe it. It sounds so white. Tyla Def gives snobbish African vibes. Tyla doesn't give struggle, and maybe that's what y'all don't like. Now, Tyla is one of the African artists who is unapologetically South African. Like, her accent hasn't changed. It's why she was so confident saying the colored word in America, because she's South African. That's who she is. Hating on her because she doesn't act accordingly is weird. But the way I see it, it's a very good thing happening to Tyla. She's in a very unique spot right now, and there's no other African artist who has African Americans and Africans arguing about their space inside the culture, inside both cultures. For every other artist, it's just the music, and when the music passes, the artist will pass. But for Tyla, it's about her music and her blackness, and the blackness part is very, 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 very important to African America. And I think, I may be wrong, but I think the more the debates happen, the more of a space is created for artists like her. And I may be wrong again, but all that needs to happen right now is for Tyla to get another monster hit and it will be done. And then all that needs to happen is for another African artist to fit into that space where their blackness is in question. They start asking, is she black? She's not black. She's entitled. She's acting like this, all that stuff. And that's it. The space is created. And you know how it goes. The hate drives more conversation, and that makes her bigger.
Make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water.
Now, on the issue of Black America trying to humble the African artists because they are coming into their spaces, is that a direct result of the oppression they face from white America? Yes. Is J. Cole right on the song? Yes. But to me, that shouldn't be an insult. It's a problem that we all share in. Because there were some tweets by South Africans calling us the Black Americans for oppressing Africans because of white people. Then people from other African countries were like, yo, SA, you guys, are you forgetting? People have been saying you don't like other Africans because of white Africa, which is a strange thing to say, white Africa. And that's the problem. There's a common denominator that we all ignore and we start fighting each other. And I don't even want to continue going because I feel like these kind of things, like we've said them too much and nothing happens. We are still the same. So you know what? This will keep happening. That's all my pro-black people, but your job is really, really hard. Like this thing it's just too much. It should be very, very simple for all of us to come together and own everything and do all the things that we have been saying all the time, but it just doesn't happen. It's okay.
What good is taking over when we know what you gonna do? The only real revolution happens right inside of you. I said, what good is taking over when we know what you gonna do? The only real revolution happens right.
I still will ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will ask you to leave a comment below. Let me think about the video. Let me think about the whole Tyla thing. Where are you from? What do you think? Do you like her music? Do you think she's an uppity African? I really, really love Tyla's music, but I don't love it as much as I love you guys. And I'll see you guys soon in another video. Simple song.
People are gonna never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go fi share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. People are gonna never